Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, sitting here in my office, ready to do a Saturday morning live Q&A. Thought we would talk about all things the Fed, all things real estate, cost of money. Anything you would like to discuss is open for Q&A. If you want to just say hi, do me a favor, leave a comment below. Let me know you're out there. If you want to get on my vision board or on my one rental at a time board, send me a selfie with my book or one of our cards, right? These cards that we use for tracking. If you want to say something nice that maybe one rental at a time helped you, you can send me a DM on Instagram or an email off my website. I am collecting that material, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's see who we've got out here already. Vatsal, good morning. Tamika, good morning. Janet, good morning. Nathan, good morning. Janet, you watch my videos every day. Thank you very much for that. That's really nice. Mr. Lumberjack, how you doing? Hope the family is feeling well. I meant to send you a text this morning to check on you, so hope all is going well. Buenos dias, William. How are you? Hope you have a wonderful day. So let's talk about the Fed. So as you guys know, one rental at a time is a very different channel. While I've been doing this business for 21 years now, studying the economy for 30 plus years, we bring on other experts, and all of them have their own playlists. All of them are millionaires with years, and in most cases, decades of experience. And I had two conversations this week that still sit with me. I had a conversation with Anna Kelly on Wednesday where we were playing a game. We were basically saying in our three videos, one, the Fed's going to be like Bernanke and talk, and do a quarter point, not do enough. Then on our second video, we did a what happens if Jerome Powell or the Fed is like Paul Volcker. And if you haven't seen that video yet, you really should. Anna got uncomfortable envisioning what that would be. And frankly, I wasn't even as aggressive as I could have been. I think in that video, we talked about getting to 2% on the Fed funds rate by the end of the year. We did talk about two back-to-back 50 basis points move, which I don't see right now, but we talked about it. And followed that up because I talked to Anna on Wednesday. I talked to Jonathan on Thursday, and I wanted to scratch that itch again because both Anna and Jonathan play in a category that I do not. I have no experience buying anything larger than 20 units. I have no experience, and frankly, don't want any experience syndicating deals where I collect money from others. And I reviewed the scenario with Jonathan in the same reaction. He got nervous. He got uncomfortable. Not because either Anna or Jonathan thought about their deals, but they knew the industry was doing bad deals. There are syndicators, and there is one syndicator with millions of followers who is out there saying they expect cap rates to fall. I have no idea how cap rates fall to 2.5%, as has been said, in an environment where the Fed funds rate is 2 and the 10-year treasury is probably 3.5. That doesn't make sense. And Jonathan has many times talked about the cap rate has to be above the cost of capital or you get this negative leverage. And then I suspect we are in a rent bubble. I don't know that I've said that before, but I think we are in a rent bubble. Best case, we have flat rents for 4 or 5 years. There are people really hurting out there. And they are now making increasing choices like my family did when I was I don't know if I was a teenager, maybe 11 or 12, about what bill to pay. Groceries, gas, rent. Discretionary income gone. The Fed has created too much money. Well, who's that economist? What was his name? I don't remember, but there was an economist who won a Nobel Prize. Friedman, I think his name was Milton Friedman, I think, that basically said inflation is entirely a monetary phenomenon. And I think we are seeing it right now. We have had 2 years, and I know it's hard to believe, but we have had 2 years of too much money chasing too few goods. I think we actually tried UBI without actually doing it, universal basic income. The Federal Reserve, and more importantly, Washington, D.C., shoved money into the economy via every vehicle they had. I already forgot all the stimulus, the unemployment, the this, the that. For the first time, many Americans could make more money sitting on a couch. Or, shoot, make the same amount of money sitting on a couch. Then, oh, by the way, we had 2 years where the stock market was so easy to make money, and crypto and NFTs and side hustles, and their money was flowing and flowing. The Fed did that. Commercial banks did that. The party's over. There is going to be pain ahead. I suspect the pain will be felt in assets that aren't protected by 30-year debt, like commercial property. I think the stock market is in a bear market, or will be shortly. The stock market historically has had two causes of bear markets. One is a Fed reversal, tightening versus loosening. I think it is very clear they're on a tightening cycle. And second, war. The bond market, as I think I shared yesterday on the Daily Financial News, is telling us Russia will invade. I have no idea. It could be all theater. It could be all made up for all I know. But the bond market, which dwarfs the stock market, is telling us they're going to invade. It's a pretty big signal. Who knows? Maybe they were just getting ready for the weekend just in case, right? Long 3-day weekend with President's Day on Monday. But yeah, the Fed government tried UBI under the, they didn't call it that. I'm just now thinking it was UBI. And universal basic income, when you give money for not working and you're not producing, creates inflation. I have known this since Econ 101, but now we have evidence. You give people money when they're not producing, and everybody chases fewer things. That's consumerism. I hope people start to realize that we tried it, and all it does is hurt the poor. Inflation is a regressive tax that hurts the poor and middle class. It drags people down. You get a 5% wage. Congrats, you're only losing 2%. It's a crazy time. So I went on a little bit of a rant there. Let me go back and say hi to everybody that joined. But yeah, I'm really starting to think about this stuff. Paul V, good morning. Nicholas, good morning. Nathan, good morning. Chester, good morning. Victor, good morning. Roland, good morning. Better Homes. Cap rates aren't falling, they're rising. Correct. I think that is true. But there are lots of syndicators who, oh, by the way, usually have no or very little money in the deal. I think syndicators that make money by doing deals are going to hurt a lot of people. And there are plenty of them out there. Cap rates are going to go up. Nathan, oh, here's a question. I like questions. Whoops, where'd we go? There we go. Assuming Russia invades, what do you think that does to the economy and real estate tomorrow, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months? All right, so you got to make some assumptions here, and I'll do the best I can. So first and foremost, they invade. There's destruction and unfortunately probably some deaths. It's front page news. First thing that happens is rates fall. Rates fall, stock market falls, gold probably goes up. Gold goes up probably Crypto probably falls. Basically, it becomes risk off. But rates fall. Rates fall. They fall quickly, probably. And they probably roll to the 30-year, so the 30-year may come down a little bit. If the I don't know, incursion, invasion, whatever you want to call it, is relatively quick, meaning weeks, 3, 4, 5 weeks, it's probably a nothing. Uh, if it's more than that, and NATO or forces actually put boots on the ground and are, heaven forsake, returning fire, oh, I couldn't imagine. That's going to take rates down. As far as real estate at home, that's all about the consumer confidence. Is the consumer getting scared because they're seeing war on their TV? Or are they going, hey, that's in another place. I'll do me. It probably causes some inflation, more inflation, because again, wars are expensive. Wars consume stuff. Yeah, it's not good. But from a real estate perspective, cost of capital probably goes down. That's probably the biggest impact. I don't think it hurts demand all that much, maybe at the edges. Yeah, that's what I think. And heaven forbid, 24 months, it'll be it. I can't imagine. God, knock on wood. There'll be no impact 2 years out. I would hope. That would be scary to think about, because that would be a world war or something to have that kind of impact. Good morning. Congratulations for 100K subscribers. Yeah, just so we know, I'm not there yet. That is I already hung it on my vision board. That is the number one thing on my vision board. I think we're about 25,800 or so this morning. I'm going to talk to you every day, and we're going to get to 100,000. So like, subscribe, comment, interact with me. That I would greatly appreciate it. Yes, artificial demand exacerbates inflation. Something has really bothered me all year, really for 2 years now. Right? This is a 2021 thing. I remember walking around the malls in the winter because it's cold. Well, California cold, not East Coast cold. And I remember everybody lining up at Gucci and Prada and all these other just wildly expensive stores right around every time stimulus checks came out. I'm like, this is nuts. Why aren't these people saving money? What is going on? We tried UBI basically under a different guise, and it doesn't, all it does is create inflation. You need to make stuff, provide services. If you just give everybody 100 grand, you're going to get inflation. If you give everybody 200 grand, you're going to create more inflation. Yeah. More money is not the answer. It just creates inflation. Yes, Tamika, the flood of benefits paid to impacted workers to include rent moratoriums definitely caused an unhealthy shift in the economy. Absolutely. Yeah, think about it. You're paid to stay home, and then you are told you don't have to pay your biggest expense. I'm going to Prada. I'm going to Gucci. I'm going to the Apple store. Now, that didn't happen everywhere, but it happened enough to be a problem. Yeah. Scott, good morning. How are you? Lumberjack Milton Freeman. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Lumberjack. I thought that was him. I actually spoke to him once. I think I was a student. He came to Santa Clara and spoke at an event, I believe. I think I spoke to him. It might have been his son, actually. I think he had, I don't know. Anyways, I'm too old. I don't remember. What do you think if the Fed decides not to raise rates and keep asset prices inflating? Oh my God. If the Fed does nothing in March, wow, I not even thought of that. Yeah, I've never even thought of that. The Fed did nothing in March. Oh, you would see an immediate rise in stocks. Crypto would go to the moon. It would be risk on. And all we've had the last 5 weeks is risk off. Risk on would go on steroids. Yeah, I can't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine. Yeah. So basically it'd be risk on. And it wouldn't be felt in real estate all that much. It would be felt in the stock market, crypto, NFTs, sports cards, betting, all of that stuff that moves really, really fast. Good morning, Kenny. How are you? Good morning, John. Daniel, will we get a transitory drop in asset prices from aggressive rate hikes? Ooh. So let's define aggressive rate hikes so we're all on the same page. I think if the Fed did two 50-point basis moves in a 30 or 45-day window, that's aggressive. So let's define aggressive, right? So if we go up a point by December, like Bullard is saying, I'm going to call that aggressive. I think that takes the stock market down more, for sure. But again, the stock market will move faster. I think crypto will be hurt. It'll be risk off again. That's just basically what we're in. We're in a risk on, risk off. Real estate, what I look at. Fed gets aggressive. 30-year mortgage rate for homeowners probably goes to 4.5. Probably 4.5. Oh, investors probably 5.5. Maybe even 5.3. Maybe 5.75. That will slow transactions. We will finally see inventory build. It will hurt people who have to refi at the wrong time, especially in commercial. So I do not think it hurts prices at least this year, right? Real estate does not move that fast. There's this thing in economics called price elasticity. It basically is something like this. Your neighbor sells a house for, pick a number, 500 grand. You think your house is better. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You price it at 550. The market changes, interest rates go up a full point. You still think your house is 550. You are what's called anchored. You are anchored on 550. What will happen because rates are higher is the open house, less walkthroughs, less visitors. You will yell at your agent. You suck. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Your 90-day listing contract will come due and you will have a choice. If you really think your house is worth 550, you will take it off the market and you will stay put. If you have to move because you got a job in Texas or you want to retire in Florida or you want to leave the country and go to Costa Rica or wherever, you'll lower the price. But real estate is very slow. That's why the 30-year mortgage rate goes to 6%. That many, or is it that many? Transactions fall. Prices may fall, but it will be a 2023 problem, not a 2022, because of the anchoring problem. In addition to that, on my daily financial news, we talked about we actually don't have an inventory problem. I know we talked about it. I know I have said it, and I said it again this morning. We have record low inventory. But if you look at the levers of supply and demand, it's not a supply problem because we're doing more homes sales now than we did in 17, 18, 19, pre-pandemic. How can that be? It's a demand problem. The Fed with their stupid low rates, the banking system lending left, right, and center, channels like One Rental at a Time, Airbnb, Wall Street, all of these people wanting rentals. We've been buying positive cash flow rentals. and then that takes it off the market. We have a demand problem. So rising rates will slow transactions and it will stunt demand. But will it be enough to unbalance the market? Not this year, in my opinion. What was that question? Good morning, Ken. Good morning, John. Don't know if I got that low. Oh, that's where we are. Daniel. What? Okay, cool. Got that. Chester, asset prices keep rising in an environment of constant inflation. Okay. Stop waiting for the crash. Yep. It's like waiting for a big jackpot before playing the lotto. Yep. Get your money right. Get on the property ladder. Amen. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm kind of a broken record. Today is the hardest time ever to be a first time home buyer. If you're in a position where you can house hack, whether it's with roommates like Spencer Cornelia or Todd Baldwin, or you house hack a fourplex, a tri, or a duplex like Dion and Matt talk about, that's how you start. If you can whack your biggest expense, you are on the path to being a millionaire. This is the time to do the work for sure. Good morning, Invest to Wealth. Hey, Joey. The higher they raise rates, the more expensive it will be to pay back debt in future dollars. With 30 trillion debt, how high can they possibly raise rates in your opinion? Well, they control the printing press. I think they can raise rates a lot higher than people expect. Because here's the deal, in my opinion, Joey. In theory, I'm not saying they will, but in theory, they could raise rates so high that, yes, the government has to print money to pay the debt. I hope they don't do that, but they in theory can, because all these folks saying that they can't don't realize that the Fed is trying to stop inflation. Excuse me. So they have to raise rates to a point where where demand gets squashed. And if they have to go negative for a while paying back debt, but it beats inflation, they'll raise it. Say they raise it above whatever theoretical threshold is, but if they only do it for 6 months, 9 months, and then the Fed can lower rates. So just because we think the Fed can't take the Fed fund rates to 6% because they can't pay the debt is wrong. They could. They'll print money to pay the debt back. They'll do it for 6 months or 9 months, and then they will whack the Fed funds rate back to 3%. So it is a true statement that they can't raise rates and keep it there. That is very true. I believe if they have to, they can raise rates above inflation, suffer 6, 9, maybe 12 months of having to print to pay the interest payment. But once inflation is squashed, they'll just cut rates and they'll be under that number. So I know lots of people talk about, hey, they can't get rates up above some number because the $30 trillion debt. I don't believe that. I think they will just run up the credit card. They'll make the minimum payments. They'll beat inflation, and then they will whack rates and lower it again. So no, I disagree with everyone who says they can't raise rates because of this or that reason. If they have to, they will. I'm not saying they will, but I don't believe it's impossible. Hopefully that makes sense. They can do it for a little time. Won't prices go up then if cost of capital goes down? Of course. Of course. We've already learned that. I mean, how much it is unnatural. It would be unnatural to have a third year of 20% appreciation. It can't keep going like this. It just can't. Good morning. Awesome content. Got the book, Market Research, Fresno, Central Valley, and will get your course. Kicking myself for not getting the course when advice for a 50-year vet new. Will get your course. Kicking myself for not getting the course when in the advice for a 50-year-old vet new to real estate. Yeah. Couple of things. So first and foremost, for whatever reason, course sales are really down. I usually do 50 or more a month. We've only done 10. It's probably my fault. I've been focused on creating this office. I haven't been talking about it. It's okay. But I got to tell you, the course it's probably never been more valuable. We are in a market where we have crazy demand. It's very hard to buy, but is a great time to learn. What you need to do for the next 3 or 4 months is you need to set yourself up for the summer. If you want to make a good or great purchase, you need to do the work now so you can buy in the summer. You don't buy the course now in February and do a deal in March. The first thing I would tell you, Romy, is get ready for 60 or 90 days of doing the work. Get a buy box, one buy box, focus. Daily discipline is important. Don't try to cheat by creating multiple buy boxes. You'll get negative leverage. If you want to do a good or great deal later in the year, you need to buy the course today or soon because you need 90 days to even have a shot at figuring out a market. Second, I did a video with a student. I want to say it was last week. It might have been the week before. He is a student, so he has the course, and he was frustrated. I think he was trying to buy in Sacramento. Go back and watch that video. It's about 15 minutes long. We talked about 3 things to do if you're frustrated. That was a very valuable video. I'm glad we did that. And then all the bonus content. I need to create more bonus content. I need to go create other bonus content like syndication with Jonathan. We've talked about it. Need to do some Section 8 stuff. So again, a lot of this is on me. But yeah, the course is now $319. It's so cheap. I get beat up all the time by all these influencers who talk to me about why isn't it $997 or $999? I'm like, you guys are missing the point. I don't need to make that kind of money. But yeah, it's crazy. It does. I don't know why this month course sales are down so much. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So again, get ready. What I would tell any new investor, if you're 27 or 57, the process is the process. 60 to 90 days, buy box, daily discipline, 20 minutes a day. Network more than you think you should. In my course, I talk about meeting 2 new people. I think in this market, because there's no inventory, you should double that to 4. I think I had that conversation with Omar this week on Tuesday, where we talked about new investors. I think I did. Yeah, I really do this business, and I would tell somebody to network twice as much. Oh, that was another thing on Omar's video. I told you to put your buy box in your email signature. You need to tell everyone what you are looking to buy. It is very hard to buy on market today, so you need to try to find off market. Yeah. Dude, you give everybody money, it'll come back into the hands of the rich. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's UBI. All it does is create inflation. If we're not producing stuff and we're paid to stay home, it's inflationary. It just is. What is your opinion on DSCR? Is that, I don't know what that is. Debt service coverage ratio? I think that's debt service coverage ratio loans. I'm not sure in what regards. Is that like a non-QM loan, Nicholas? Tell me more. I don't think I've ever asked for a DSCR loan, but tell me what you mean, and I'll give you I'll tell you or I'll answer it again. Can you check the box that enables the live chat when watching replay? Sometimes I can't watch live, but it'd be nice to follow along with. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. So where's that box? Can you check the box that enables the live chat when watching replay? Sometimes I can't watch live, but it's been nice to follow along with the comments. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I don't know. Can I do that now? Where do I do that? I'll look it up. Live chat. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. Yeah, I'm just trying to be better every day. But I'll try, evolve. William, if on March 10th, Fed raises rates 0.5 point, okay, where does your crystal ball say rates would be for single family, primary, conventional 30-year currently sits? I don't think rates move. If the Fed does what I think they're going to do on March 10th, I think rates move very little. Rates move faster. The data coming in, I talk about it on my daily financial news. Now, 8 weeks ago, the chances of a 50 basis point move were 0. 6 weeks ago, they were 5%. 4 weeks ago, they were 24 or 25%. Now they're 99%. Actually, I think they backed off. I think they're 87%. Why is that important to follow? Because the mortgage rates move much. The mortgage rates look at that and they move. So I think the last time I looked, William, they're 87% of a 50 basis point move, which means the 30-year mortgage rate already has most of that half point in there. So I don't think they move. They move very little, hundreds of basis points. ML, you mentioned a change in inventory around May. To be clear, I believe demand falls, which allows inventory to build. We have enough inventory. It's just the demand is so fast. That's what I researched this morning. We have record low inventory, but yet we are setting transaction records. We did 6.5 million sales in 2022, where in 2018 we did 5.9. We have plenty of inventory. It's a demand problem. So just to be clear, I believe demand falls because rates go up. I believe we start a recession, which will scare mom and pop. Once we reduce demand, supply will build. I just wanted to make that clear because sometimes people hear me talk and they think all this magical supply is going to show up. The supply is already there, folks. There's no way we do 6.5 million sales unless the supply is there. It's a wacky thing to think, but it's true. It goes back to crap. UBI leads to lots of people who have cash, rich, and still have zero assets. Of course, barring a massive of supply. Yeah, exactly. People, I did a video. It's probably been a year ago. Remember when everybody was talking about raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour? I put out a video said, screw 15. Let's pay everybody $50 an hour. Everybody makes $100,000 a year. And the reason I do that is because sometimes when you just play at the margin, seeing the impact is not obvious. But if you take everybody to $50 an hour or $100K a year, full time, $100K a year, what do you think happens? We're not producing any more stuff. All the services are the same. Your McDonald's hamburger is going to cost $25. Your Chipotle burrito is going to be freaking $76. All of this stuff is, it's supply and demand. If you just give everybody more money, like we did the last 2 years, in a very inefficient manner without production, you get inflation. It's crazy. Where are we? If stock market goes down 30%, would you put the money you have set aside into it? If the stock market goes down another 30%, because I think it's down 10 or 15 now, that's pretty close to my 50% threshold. I might, let's just be clear. I would probably put, I don't know, 2-3% of my net worth in a couple of companies, maybe. Yeah. I like to buy stuff when there's blood in the streets. So yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Sean, do you see a ceiling for long-term rates since rates have been low for so long? Once they reach a certain yield, new bond buyers should enter the market. That's a very good question. So let's talk 30-year owner OCC. Yeah, for me, it's 6%. I know Greg Dickerson thinks it's 4. We're going to know very soon. I don't think it's 4. I think 5 hurts. I can't see rates getting to 6. I just can't. Yeah. So I think the ceiling for 30-year owner occ is 6, which means investor is 7. I mean, you just play the game from there. So yeah, I think I can see 5% for sure. I could see something in the 5s. I can't see 6. So I guess I would say, Sean, the cap is 6%, which is still an amazing rate. But that will dent transactions. That will make housing unaffordable. Yeah, I think 6. Ved, this being a demand problem is what Ivy Zellman's been talking about with rising rates, inventory trickling, not surging up, and stocks crypto plunging. Can investors keep buying homes at inflated prices? Well, I don't know what inflated prices means. I would hope investors are only buying deals that cash flow. If you're following one rental at a time, we only buy good or great deals. Um, so I don't know what inflated prices mean. Lots of people thought prices were inflated last year, but when you did the math, they were remarkably affordable. So it's not about prices; it's about payments. And today rents are up also. So I don't know. I don't see inflated prices, at least in most of the country. There are a few bubble markets that are problems like Boise and the like, but yeah, I don't like the word inflated prices because it's about payments. Yes, prices are up. And in fact, I'll probably do a video today on affordability in my market since it's the market I know the most. And I'll do a price chart and an affordability chart and I'll show you what I mean. So look for that video later today. But yeah, affordability on my market today is 40 out of 100, and I don't get nervous until it's 25. So still affordable. Beverly, you've been talking about risk to builders. Do you see the risk predominantly for high quality builders? Would you see ADU spec home building is worth the risk? Well, Beverly, I can only tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to build at least one ADU this year. The numbers make sense. Although it has been proven very freaking hard to get the city to approve it, I expect there to be surprises. Although I'm going to try to build it in a way that everything is off the shelf, nothing custom. Um, yeah, so it. I do not believe it will hurt ADUs because it's a rental, right? It's a rental. Spec homes, like building for sale, you're going to do a lot of custom stuff. Builders are screaming that they can't get garage doors and windows and cabinets. The amount of dead days that builders have is a problem. That cost of capital is huge. So I don't know that I like the idea of spec homes. I like ADUs, probably because I'm going to try one. So I admit I'm probably very biased. But it is yeah. The other thing you got to know about builders is they will discount at the first sign of problems. Builders will take a haircut very quickly because they don't want to do what happened last time. Yeah. And again, most builders have the units sold before they're built. That's another thing that people don't understand is they don't usually start building until they have a signed contract. Yeah. Transactions include refis. Mango Elvis. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. I was probably talking about home purchases in my talk of 6.5 or 6.1. I think refis fall 75% this year. I talk to a mortgage guy every Wednesday. He goes by the moniker Matt the Mortgage Guy. We both think refis are going to fall 75%. What is a refi? It's most of the time people taking, well, actually, I shouldn't say that. A refi is done for a couple of reasons most of the time. One, you're going to do a rate and term, we're going to lower your payment, which gives you more cash. Or two, you're going to take money out and do something with it. Refis have been one of the reasons we have all this extra money in the system. Those are going to stop. Refinances will fall 75% this year, I think. By the end of the year, they'll be down 75%. What's your thoughts on Barry Habib's interest rate forecast? Rates towards 3.75 first half of year, decline towards 3% second half as Fed hikes rates. Well, first, Barry Habib is someone that everybody should look up. He is very, very good at what he's done. He has historically been the best of the best. So anytime you're talking about the number one guy, you should always check yourself. So first and foremost, rates are already over 3.75. They're 4.07 as of Friday. So he's already a little low. I think they go up from here. And basically what Barry is saying is he thinks we'll have some deflationary pressures by the end of the year. In fact, I have a bet with Dion. Dion thinks the same thing. Dion's part of the Three Amigos, if you don't know who he is. I think he's a lot like Kathy Wood in that I think his thesis is right. He's just timing is wrong. I do not think we will see the rates fall this year. I think the Fed is going to stay strong longer than Barry expects. I think the recession kicks off middle part of the year, and rates go down, but they go down next year. So I think Barry's thesis is correct. I think timing is wrong. But again, Barry's got all the trophies. Barry's the guy to follow. If you're asking me who I would follow, me or him, I would follow him. But you ask me my opinion, and I need to give it to you. The last thing, Victor, I don't see rates seeing 3% again. Not 3.0. They'll be 3.75, 3.5. I don't see rates going back to 3. That's my opinion. Jane, did the work, closed on a property. Thank you for all your great value you provide with the channel. What is the best email address to send you my address for postcard? Yay! Jane, I would actually go to Instagram and look up one rental at a time. I would DM me on that platform. That's the easiest. If you don't have Instagram, leave me a comment below and I'll give you one of my email addresses. But I find Instagram is easiest. ML, Spencer Cornelia released a free ebook on house hacking. It's really good. I will reach out to him. I like Spencer. I've had him on the channel a couple of times. I will help you set up the live chat function. Awesome, because I have no idea how to do that. I'm looking at my screen. I don't even see options. Thank you. Yes, put your buy box in email signature. Yes. Stephen Dow, thank you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Stephen Dow is my expert on Fridays, talking all things non-QM. Oh, Chester. Okay, debt service coverage ratio, IO, interest only. I'm not a huge fan. I think a lot of the pain that we will feel in the apartment sector, when I see Anna get nervous, I see Jonathan get nervous, it's all because of the debt structure. I did this video with Jonathan like 6 months ago. You should look up Jonathan Twombly's playlist. I've said it, I'll say it here. The debt structure, the nonsense that's going on in the apartment sector is exactly the nonsense that happened in single family homes in 06. And if you don't know what happened after the nonsense came due, it was painful. I think the pain in the apartment sector is going to be off the charts. Bad assumptions, bad debt, higher expenses, lower income. You're going to need to do capital calls, and all your investors are going to be scared. It is going to be ugly, in my opinion. Do you expect inventory to increase in the next 24 months? What signs are you looking for there? How do you think about and do your research? Aaron, I do everything that I tell my students. I have a buy box. I track how many listings are in it. And I hope to see that number grow. I don't hide anything. Everything I suggest, I do. Like earlier question about ADUs. I'm trying to do one. Seller financing. I tell you what I'm trying to do. I just have a buy box. I'm lucky enough where I have 3 or 4 now, and I just track them. Like I count, like there's 7, there's 4, there's 1. Yes, I think, and again, I want to be very clear. Based on transactions, we have enough inventory. I know that's wild to think about. What we have is artificial demand. So what I think happens over the next 24 months, Aaron, is demand falls, thus letting inventory build. It's just a subtle reality that I don't think anybody else is talking about. We actually have enough supply. Well, I shouldn't say enough. We have the same amount coming on. It's just coming off faster. It's wild to think about. Again, we are doing more transactions in 2021 and 2022 than we did in 18. How can that be possible? It's because demand is artificially low because of low rates, cash out refis, everybody making money in crypto and stocks. The amount of juice in the system because the Fed put $9 trillion in the system is why it's up. So yeah, I think demand falls. But not today. That's funny. Tamika, you're funny. Matt, your live chat is enabled for replay. Can you tell Mike how to do it? Okay, yep. What kind of questions do you ask the agent if a house has been sitting on the market for 10 days and not sold? I don't know that I would ask any different questions. And I'm not sure what's about 10 days. I would only write, I mean, what I would probably do in a market like this, the property is probably overpriced, or maybe it has one of those yeah, but things. It's near a busy street, near this, near that. I would write a number that makes sense. I would certainly send an offer in below asking. That's for sure. I don't know. I don't know that I would ask the agent any questions. Yeah, I don't think I would ask any. Yeah. I still don't have my house. The bay is trashed market. I'm sorry. When are you having the Three Amigos come out for the live Cash Flow 101 game? That's going to be entertaining to watch. I still haven't decided who I think will win. Yeah, it's a good question. I have the board game. I think there's an online game. I don't know. We'd have to figure it out. That would be fun though. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You know who's going to win the cash flow game? Whoever has the lowest income. I will take the police officer. I will let Dion and Matt be the lawyer and doctor, and I will smoke them. It's whoever has the lowest income. Because I played the cash flow game once where all 4 players were doctors. That game took like 6 hours. It was horrific. Oh my God, it's so painful. Yeah. But if you're like a teacher, and these are just names of roles in the game, when I was a teacher once, I won the game in like 17 minutes. Yeah. It's all about your income. Janet has no business being in the position she's in again. I think we're talking about Yellen. With virtually 70% of consumers living paycheck to paycheck, how do you protect against increasing inelastic rent as a landlord? Maintenance and repair costs are increasing dramatically. I don't do Band-Aid repairs. First step back. There were 5 years of my 21 years of being a landlord where rent was flat. So I planned for flat rents. I even plan for flat rents today, even though rents are up in my market. Yeah. I do good or great deals. It's just landlording 101. Don't do skinny deals. I think there's a lot of deals being done today with bad assumptions. Oh, rents are going to go up 20% again. There was a deal that I saw, a syndicator that said he thought rents were going to go up 5% for the next 5 years. Do you know how dangerous that is? It was like 127 units. So it really impacts NOI. Don't assume rents are going up. Don't do skinny deals. Don't beat your Excel spreadsheet up to make a deal. Yeah. Yeah, the Bay Area is a nutty market. I'm sorry. Nothing I can do. Michael, with the demand for inventory, have you had any tenants requesting to buy your property? We've received a few requests since we are buy and hold. The answer is no. Yeah, it happens quite a bit actually. Yeah, I'm not selling. Guys, I need my income to pay my bills. So yeah, I'm not selling. In the past, money flow from one inflated asset cash flow into another. Example, stocks to real estate. Where do you think it will flow now? Well, I don't know that I see it that way. Right, bouncing from bubble to bubble. Yeah, I think we need to get cash. The big thing that makes me nervous is not the Fed raising rates. That doesn't make me nervous. We know how to handle that. What makes me nervous is when the Fed sells their bonds. We tried that in 18 and stuff got hairy. They tried to lower it $500 million. No, $500 billion. Wow, that's crazy to say. $500 billion. They've got to do 2 trillion this year. I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's going to push rates up artificially. So maybe the Fed doesn't have, I don't know. That's the thing that worries me. The answer, Nathan, is I think there needs to be pain. I think there needs to be pain. I don't think there is another bubble. I think this is like a lot like the Great Recession, where the pain is acute. Lots of people feel it. I think it's going to be stocks for sure. And then I think it's going to be the commercial sector, because at least in single families, we learned our lesson. We don't have 2 and 28 liar loans. Most people have rates below 4%. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's pain. I think there's pain ahead. Credit card debt has increased to the highest level ever. The summer is coming and it's going to get really bad. Yeah, I hadn't seen that. Makes credit card debt highest ever. I haven't seen that. It's possible. It's certainly going up. I don't know if it's highest ever. Um, yeah, we also still have a record cash balance out there. So, yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be. I think it's the winter is coming. Yeah, I think so. Australian economists like Friedman, Hayek always had it right. Yeah, about monetary policy. Yeah. So it sounds like demand exceeds supply, and the goal of a recession is to reduce demand to level the supply. Um, the goal of a recession? Yeah, the business cycle is undefeated. The think of the business, think of capitalism like a forest. And what we've done the last couple of years is we haven't cleared the underbrush. And if you're in California, you know what happens when forest or whoever doesn't do that, you get nasty firestorms. That clear the underbrush but also take out healthy trees. Yeah, a recession is going to make consumers nervous, consumers save, and consumers stop buying. Yes, that's what a recession will do. It's why I've been tracking the consumer. It's why I only track the consumer. I want to know what the consumer is thinking. Right now, at least the last 2 years, the consumer's like, party! I got my money. I got my stimmy check. I'm paid unemployment. Let's go shopping. Yeah, that's over. We're gonna pay up. Uh, 40-year mortgage for investors. So we've talked about that a bunch with so Dion is pro, Matt's kind of. I don't know. If I was oops. if I was starting out in my 20s, let's just be honest, I'd get a 40-year mortgage every time. I am not in my 20s, in my 50. I wouldn't get a 40-year mortgage today. But I certainly would if I was 25. Yeah. What's going on with the eviction moratorium in California? Is it a county by county thing or is it statewide? Great channel. So near as I could tell, LA County is the only one with the eviction moratorium right now. It is county by county. There are evictions happening. But yeah, county by county. Mike, I'm an investor in the Central Valley like you. I have my fourplex in escrow. I can't find better yielding deals than my fourplex to 1031 into. Have you ever canceled a deal as a seller? No, I don't think I have. Not that. Yeah. I know I haven't, to answer the question. Would I? I mean, I guess there's reasons you could. So I haven't done it. Yeah. What percent will the Fed allow the stock market to drop before reversing rate increases? That is a great question. Historically, the answer has been 30%. Somewhere between 30 and 40%, given historical stuff. All right, one more question, and then I need to go to my students. Per the refi discussion, is it somewhat unnecessary to do a refi if investor took advantage of previously low rates when you're well into 3% already? Yes, absolutely. Do the math. Let's try one more. The dude. So I had 3 houses in forbearance, all rentals now. I have them at 2.8 40-year fixed. Now what? I'm not sure what the now what means. Congratulations, you have cash flow, is what I think you have. I had all 3 houses in forbearance, so you're out of forbearance and you got 40-year money. Great. At 3%, congratulations. You've got cash flow for days. Okay. All right. Book review. I like that. All right, guys, I'm going to call this. I've got 2 minutes to get over to my Facebook group. I want to thank you all. This has been a lot of fun. Take care of yourself. We will do this again. Oh, you know what? Next Saturday, I don't think I'll do this because I'm sitting with my tax man next Saturday. Ugh, that's going to be a long day. Ugh. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure my day is Saturday or Sunday, but there's a chance I won't be doing this next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.